Like where we're from back home, right? People you tend to see things like that happen. Like people just get missing, but it's usually for like other reasons. So
Mm-hmm.
usually like people use other people's body for like ritual stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Where y'all from?
Welcome back to another episode of AfroVivid. We've got another special guest in the building. Mira is in the building.
What's up? Can I do my socials?
You can. Why
Okay.
not? Go for it.
Well, I am Amara B. You guys can follow me at Life with Amara B on all social media platforms. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'll put it on the screen also. And we have Metis in the building.
Yep.
How you guys feeling, man? How's the weekend going so far?
Good.
It's
Work
hot.
was long, so
That's
it's
hot?
nice to be on the weekend.
What's the weather today? It's like 70, 80?
It's above.
Yeah?
I think it's like 91,
Yeah.
Really?
something like that. Yeah.
So, I haven't been outside too much. But
Yeah, I was outside the whole day, so.
yeah. It's been a pretty slow start for me. And usually I try to start my weekend Saturdays biking and going to National Harbor to do yoga, but I wasn't able to today. I was actually thinking of biking out there from here.
Don't they have like a trail that's like 30 something miles or something like that?
The bridge, right?
They have a trail all the way to Maryland.
That's crazy.
From Virginia.
Yeah. You go through
I'll do it
DC.
one day. But yeah, it's
All the way
it's,
to College Park and.
is it the one that comes through freaking at the wharf? Because I've been there.
Probably,
Because I
yeah.
biked from the monument all the way to the wharf, and I got to a point where like I was almost at the edge of Maryland. I was like, God, let me get back.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Like, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I did it one time, but I didn't get to. I think I stopped at the edge also.
You did it from Maryland coming to Virginia?
Yeah. Well, I didn't get to Virginia, but like I
That's
stopped
wild.
closer to DC.
Like, yeah.
How many miles is that?
Shoot. That was like last year. I did last year, so.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's fun though. I mean, my job, they like, I have a lot of old heads that bike.
That's
They're
right.
pretty cool, man. Like their bike costs like 4,000, 6,000.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
I never knew these things could cost that much until when I started getting into them, I was like, man, I better stop right here. Start with the one that I have
It
because
could be expensive.
I don't get in the hell. How about you, Amir? How's your weekend going so far?
It's good. It's been great. I just started my new job, so it's nice
Yeah,
to finally
congrats.
have it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to have a break now.
Nice.
Are you off on weekends?
Yeah. At first, my other job, I was off on during the week. So
Oh,
it was
that's
like
better.
I worked on the weekends, so it's nice to be off on the weekends now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of miss like weekdays off though.
Nah, I want off on weekends. Because if you work on weekends, like everyone is off. And then you going to work.
You're the only one going to
You're
work.
right.
Everybody
A
else
lot of
having
people
fun.
still work on the weekends though.
Yeah, people do it. I did it for 3 years one time.
Nah,
And
man.
after that, I was like, thank God.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, when I was at the cell phone store, like, I mean, weekends don't even feel like work. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty close to where I used to live, and also I can pretty much leave and go on whenever.
All right. I mean, that's kind of different, compared to where you have to be there. If you have to be there, then it's kind of like, you might want to, call off some days, but
Like,
you
yeah.
can't.
Speaking of work, right? Because I mean, all of us here have like pretty heavy on our work side, but at the same time, we all like on the creative side, right? Like creating content and stuff. I know I'm switching the topic completely, so I'm just curious, like, how do you balance like work life and make time for like creating stuff, and also like what inspired you to like create content?
It's hard. So like my schedule for work is 7 a.m. So I wake up at like 5. Yeah, sure. I wake up at like 5 a.m. and
wow.
then I
Every
gotta
day?
every day. And then I gotta commute to work for like an hour.
Wow.
And then I start from 7 to 4. So when I get home, it's like you kind of just like I just want to relax. I don't want to do anything. But I don't know. I feel like God called me to do content creation. So that's like my motivator. And my content is basically women empowerment content. So,
Yeah.
I'm happy to be able to like inspire women, motivate women and stuff like that. So I think that keeps me going too, because that's not something that I was really exposed to when I was growing up. So it's nice to be able to be that for other women. So yeah.
I think that's dope.
Yeah, thanks.
That's cool. I mean, is it like you like manage let's say like a kind of like a digital creator for your job, or it's totally
No,
different?
my job is totally different. I work as a PSR inside of a fertility clinic. So, yeah, it's not what I want to do, but, it's what I have to do in order to make money
Oh,
right
okay.
now. So, yeah.
You know what you should do one day? Just tell them, you're pretty good at camera. Like, how can I use my camera in my job?
Oh, like what's in it, Omari?
Yeah, he's really good at that stuff,
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for me, I mean, a little bit different because mostly I work from home. But at the same time, it's very difficult, right? Because when you work from home, right, sometimes you just feel like, um, let me take like a little break, like 5 minutes, sit on the couch. And by the time I realize I just spent 30 minutes on the couch, right? So if I kept doing that, right, sometimes I'll find myself having to work till like 6, 7, just because I've already slacked like at the beginning of the day, and then at the end of the day I need to get stuff done, right? So when it gets to the end of the day, usually I find myself like just in the same situation like her, right? Just tired because I push my work time to like 6 and stuff. But I try to like protect like the weekends and stuff. Cause on the weekends I try not to get my work computer is completely off, and I refuse to get like the like the company phone. I mean, nobody ever asked me to get one yet. So yeah, I just disconnect and like try to do the things that I want to do. And at night, that's when I usually just get on the computer and try to do stuff, get work done.
That's nice. That's kind of like a nice way to do it. I'm kind of like her, where I commute. It's like an hour to traffic and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But coming home,
Seems like you're kind of
it's
used
okay.
to it now.
I am. I don't wake up at 5, but I do wake up at like 5:30.
Yeah.
Every Monday through Friday. But I usually get off early sometimes, like at 3:30.
Man, I feel
to
so
4.
ashamed,
That's not
man,
bad.
because
Yeah.
I
You
used to
still
be
have
able to
your
wake
day
up
after
like.
that.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you still have your day after you get off at 4. So it's like,
Yeah, I used to be able to wake up like at 6 with no problem, right? But nowadays, man, I struggle with that like really bad,
That's worse.
really bad. Because I now like wake up like around 7, and every day when I wake up like around 7, I be mad at myself, man. It's like, damn, I gotta wake up like a little bit early so I
I
can
feel like
start
that's
my
a
day
decent
early.
time though.
Huh?
I feel like 7 is a decent time to wake up. Some people don't wake up till like 11.
I'm not a morning person, so waking up early every day, like I hate.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I don't have a choice.
I feel like when you
Yes.
have a job, it's different because it's like
Yeah.
you have to wake up. But
Right.
like when you choose to wake up at 5 in the morning on a weekend,
Nah.
that's commitment.
Yeah,
Never happened. The weekend I try to, wake up at like 8.
sleeping.
Yeah, 8:30. I'm usually up on the weekend, but
Yeah, same.
yeah, but usually I do wake up at like 5:30 too, just because I'm used to it now. So I'd be mad.
That is my goal, man. What is the formula like? Is it just going to sleep like early?
I go to bed like 10:30 to 11.
What?
Yeah.
What time
During
you
the
go to sleep?
week, I'll go to bed like 10, 11. But during the weekend,
No, weekend I don't.
I
go
was
to
about to
bed.
say I'd
No,
be
no,
up
no.
till like 3 in the morning,
Oh no,
and then I'll still wake up at 8. Like it's stupid.
But see, that's like impossible to me right now. Because I usually go to sleep around 12, 1. So that's why like I almost never wake up around 6.
Yes, it's gonna be hard if you go to
Yeah.
if you go to bed that time.
It's not impossible.
I think you
I
have
don't
to
even
you have
think
to
of-
train yourself though to go to bed like at least no later than 11:30 to 12. At least no later than that.
I couldn't remember like one time that like I'm like, let me go to sleep at 11. If I sleep around that time, it's usually I'm really tired or I'm not feeling well, man.
Yeah, I do all the time.
Shit,
Weekdays I do all the time.
I just gotta throw my phone away. But hey, talking about sex trafficking, right? You
Just transition.
Right. Good
just like that.
transition right there.
So you want to give us a summary about the movie since we haven't seen the movie yet?
Sure. So it's this movie out called Sound of Freedom, and it's basically about children who basically are in sex trafficking, because that's actually like one of the, I think it's the second biggest crime business in the world or whatever. So basically it's about this guy who works for, the government, and he felt like he needed to do more because he was going for like the predators and stuff, going after the children. So he felt like he wanted to do more, and he decided to go across the country to save the children or whatever from being sex trafficked. And he so yeah, it's just basically a movie about children who suffer through that, like from the United States, from different countries, and just all of that, and just everything that they have to endure. Like some of them get taken at like 4 or younger. Like in the beginning of the movie, they just showed a bunch of videos of like just children. Maybe it's a homeless person outside with a baby, and they just snatch the baby up and just dip. Like, or kids outside playing, and they'll just literally pull up on a motorcycle, snatch them, go. Like, it's just crazy. So it's a really good movie though. It's really informative because it was a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And they were talking about how people in like the industry who are a part of the sex trafficking world, and a lot of them didn't want the movie to come out. So like this movie was in production for 5 years, and they just came out with it. So like it was made and everything 5 years ago. So yeah, it was a lot of people trying to just stop it from happening.
That sounds like a good movie to watch.
It is. And it's sad though, because a lot of people are like, Barbie, I want to watch that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's like, as soon as you say something serious, I've actually talked to a lot of people, and they've been like, no, that just makes me uncomfortable. I don't want to watch that. It's going to make me sad. And it's like, but it's important to be informed about stuff like this though. Because what if it was to happen to you or your child? You feel me?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed? I mean, because me, I definitely haven't heard much about that, but it's mostly because like I don't be on the news that much though. But I know I mean back home there was a time where kids were getting missing and stuff like so like often and stuff, and people just don't know what they were about. But yeah, it's crazy, man. Like some of the things that are going on that are just not in the media and stuff, and people just need to speak up about them.
And the media won't talk about it because they don't want to make people feel uncomfortable, and it's unfortunate because it's like, it's just something that should be talked about.
I don't think that's the case though, because I mean when it comes to like other stuff, right? Let's say like crimes or like shooting or maybe police brutality, you tend to see those on the media sometimes. It's not like that's like the most comfortable thing, but I feel like a lot of those things is because like we have people like with power that are behind this stuff, man. That usually try to make it like hide it like to the media, or just not put too much attention to it. And a prime example actually is we've seen so many cases, right, where like people of like higher power like abusing like younger kids, and like even like sometimes like women in the work industry and stuff, like the bosses and stuff, and things like that. Like usually the victims don't come out and speak on them, because I mean if he is paying me, right, like you automatically have that fear in you to just come out and speak freely on it, because one, you're probably gonna be out of a job.
Yep.
And two, like most people not gonna take you serious. Be like, man, I mean, this guy paying like all of us here, so you can go out and like speak on that, but we're not gonna like support you and stuff. So there's a whole lot of fear that comes with it.
Yeah, I think it's sad, knowing that, because it's also scary knowing that you don't know, because having children, you don't know if they're gonna come home
Exactly.
once they leave the house, But seeing, because man, I'm telling you, I see these like different type of news, saying, "Oh, this person's missing, this person's missing." And it's like, man, how about if that person is related to me?
Yeah.
And it's like, what are we gonna do to kind of stop it from happening?
Right. I promise you, when I have kids, I'm gonna get like one of those Apple tags.
Oh,
Put it on.
Tracking the kid.
nah. I think it's hard if other people are involved in it. People, money, if they are involved in it, it's gonna be hard, for us, the regular people to say, "Oh, this like let's try to figure a way to kind of solve this issue." But
Right.
I mean, a lot of people just have to speak up on it. Then, once that happened, right, then the people that we're like scared to like say their voice, when they start seeing a lot of people are saying their voice, then they'll automatically, start speaking up. And the louder it gets, the easier you typically will get to a solution. But it's very funny, crazy. Like some of those things are going behind like doors. Like some of the people that you think they're so professional and stuff. I watched this movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Have you guys seen it?
nah, I've kind of heard about it, but I haven't seen the movie yet.
I saw that movie. Man. I mean, it's a funny movie and stuff like that. But I mean, after watching the movie and just reading about their stuff, also like it seemed like most of those people like in the Wall Street, like that's actually how they live their life. Like a lot of these people that you see dress up nicely and usually um would like, let's say if you go for a job interview and like you have like any sort of like history of like of drugs abuse and stuff like that, those are the type of people that usually turn you down. But indeed, they're the ones that actually heavy on drugs and stuff. Doing like the
Maybe
heroin,
doing
like the
cocaine and
cocaine and
stuff.
stuff. It's crazy. And even like when you go to like some of these work events, like you see like the after hours and stuff. Everybody drinking, man. But when you're
Yeah.
applying for jobs, like you're not supposed to. They're not supposed to see alcohol in your body.
Yeah.
But these people drink a lot, even for work events and stuff. So yeah, it's just very funny, how some of these things work when you start getting yourself like start paying close attention to it.
How would you how would you like what would you do to, I guess, inform your children about, would you like tell them about it, like the whole situation, like so they
my
can
children,
you're
or when
right,
I
so they
have
can be careful?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it's important. I think that's where a lot of parents mess up because they feel like, oh, I don't want to tell my kids about this because I don't want it to scare them. But I feel like it's important to kind of inform your children and even do some. I've been seeing some scenarios like on social media. Like it was this one kid. It was actually funny, but it was serious too. But his parents had an ice cream truck pull up, right? And it was this guy in there. He was like, hey, come check out the ice cream truck. So the sister was like real skeptical, like, hold up, should I get in here? So the brother was like, cool, I'm going to get in. So she got in because he got in. He took him through the ice cream truck. He let him out and then he pulled off. And then the girl was like, we shouldn't have done that. Stranger danger. And he was like, it was ice cream though. So, but the parents did that on purpose because they wanted to see what their kids would do. But I think it's important for parents to do that so that you can make your children aware of like, this person could have took you, like something could have happened to you,
I think that's definitely something that we all have to tell our children, because they have to know. Because I feel like if they know, and they get maybe a little scared, they might think twice to do something. But I heard someone once told me that if you are afraid, people who are afraid tend to survive and live longer than those who don't really care. Who's like, nah, I don't care. I'm not afraid. Because if you're afraid, you're trying to run, like save yourself. But if you're not afraid, you go directly to where the problem is. So telling our children just so they can be aware of their surroundings and the friends, the people who they meet, strangers, whatnot, is good. Because they might not know. They might just say, oh, I'm going to this friend. And then, any stranger come by, they're always like, oh, high five, this, that, or trying to shit. But if they know, if they see a stranger that they don't know, they're not going to get close to them.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like it's important to educate them, like at least so they can be aware of the whole situation going on. But
especially
that's
like
bad.
because peer influence is like
Yeah,
really
huge.
big. So it's like if you tell your kids about something and they are aware of it, they won't be so easily influenced by their friends because their friends might be like, "Come on, it's okay, we'll be fine," and then they'll be end up in a situation that they don't want to be in. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but I think it's also necessary for you to like know the type of friends that your kids have,
True.
and that's usually what I've noticed. Like a lot of parents like try to skip around, right? Because I mean, your kids, it's gonna be at a point where your kids gonna spend more time with their friends, or maybe you're just at the school with the teachers and stuff while you at work. And if you don't know the type of friends that your kids have, then those friends may have like so much impact on your kids without you even knowing.
That's true, but
But
I
if
feel
you know
like
the,
go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
I was about to say, I just feel like sometimes, like, kids, if you tell your kid, no, you can't hang around that person, they may take that and be like, I'm going to do what I want and still hang around those kids, even though you didn't give your permission for them to. You feel me?
I mean, at that point, it comes to like how much control the parents have over the kid. You know, like you're supposed to be able to like make sure your kid is in the right environments around the right people.
That's true.
That's your job as a parent. And if your kid is not compliant to that, then you just gotta do whatever you can do to make sure that's the case, right?
That's true.
Because you want your kids to listen to you at the end of the day. Like your kids should not be the one making the rules.
I feel like these kids nowadays, though,
They are worse.
they are way worse. Because,
Man.
like, when my mom would tell me something, I'm going to do it. You feel me? When I was a
Yeah.
kid, I didn't play. But these kids nowadays, they be testing the waters. Like, they do not care.
Take the phone away from them, man. Stay off
That don't
TikTok.
even do nothing.
Shit.
Man, my nephew is okay. Like these kids are.
I feel like as a parent, you have to be the one to tell your kids like anything first. So it's better for your child to
Yeah.
hear something from you than them hearing it from someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if they heard it from you, then most likely it's gonna resonate in them. They're gonna think about it. They might not do it right away or listen to you right away, but they're always gonna have it back in their mind. But if they go out there, the first thing it's just like a kid is the first thing they see, that's what they're gonna believe, or first thing they hear, like that's what they're gonna internalize. So you have to be the first one to tell them about stuff. Like be open towards your relationship. Don't just be like, oh no, I don't want to talk to my kids about this and that. But then if they go out there, they hear about their friend tell them, oh, I disrespect my parents. I say this. My parent never. They come home, they're gonna do that stuff to you. But if you tell them like this is bad, at least they know. But if they choose to do it, sometimes of course they're kids.
Right.
You can't take that like that's it. Like they're gonna be disrespectful forever. But at the same time, it's good to always let them know first before they can hear from the outside. I think that's important.
Yeah, that's why I also say like it's very important for you to know your kids' friends, right? Because you can easily identify like, I mean, kids are kids. So at that point, like you can tell as a grown up, you can easily tell like a troubled kid and compared to like a good kid, right? So, and if you notice that, not to say like advise your friend like stop being friends with that kid automatically, right? I don't want to see you close to that kid, but just advise him, look, your time with this kid has to be very limited, right? Like if you're gonna be around him, it got to be in a very open place where like everybody can see what's going on. Not like any fishy place or like me and you doing this thing that no one else know about.
Right.
You can be at the playground with them and just play sports with them. That's it. Or like when it gets like 6, 7 o'clock, if they want to keep staying out, you just know that you got to be home at that time. Like you have all day to play with them at the field. But once it start getting dark, you come home, let him be out there and play his whatever he's trying to play out there.
So speaking about the movie, like how did you come about? How did you like found it?
Actually, my boyfriend. So I was we were just talking about going to the movies, and he was like, hey, you want to go see this new movie coming out? And he told me how they were trying to stop the production of the movie. Like, even in movie theaters, they had issues, quote unquote, where like the AC stopped working and they had to clear the movie theater out. Yeah, like crazy stuff. So people been trying to really stop the movie. So once I heard that and then I heard what it was about, I was like, you know what? Let me just try. And I went and saw it and I cried like 4 times. It was really, really emotional. But it was a good movie though. Y'all should check it out. And if you haven't checked it out, y'all should check it out too.
Because it's my first time hearing it.
Yeah,
Like,
they have free tickets for the movie because that's how much they want people to go see the movie. Like
Free tickets.
Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
yeah. Like you can just look it up, Sound of Freedom, free tickets, and it should pop up the link for you to get the tickets. So yeah.
Play on Netflix, man. I can watch it at home.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be at the movies around there. You start telling you, the door cannot open anymore. Now you're stuck in here.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I think it's good that people are able to watch it and get informed about stuff like that, because we know it's going on, but we just don't talk about it. It's not being talked about. It's just like silence, Yes, we see today and then it's gone the next day. But I think that's one of a major issue that I feel like we have to talk about, because it's gonna continue happening years to come. But I'm happy they finally made one.
Yeah, same.
But I mean, he probably knows about this, right? But like where we're from back home, right? People you tend to see things like that happen. Like people just get missing, but it's usually for like other reasons. So usually like people use other people's body for like ritual stuff.
Jesus. Where y'all from?
From Sierra Leone. Well, yeah, it's pretty big in what's this place called, Nigeria.
Yeah.
My friend in Bowie, he showed me this video, man. Like that's like the most disturbing video I've ever seen in my whole life. This lady got kidnapped, right? And those guys like have this lady on camera, naked. One of them brought like a knife out and like cut off her hair like on camera. I was like, man.
Nah, that's
things like that tends to happen like all the time back home, like in Africa, man. Like,
I know
it's not even a surprise. Like people just get missing, and people body get used for like ritual stuff, especially what's the name, the albinos, man.
Yeah,
the albinos.
Was it Uganda, or there's a country Southeast Africa, something like that, where this guy from UK, he's albino. He went down there to like do a documentary. Literally, that country there was like, like they see their body as something that gives them money. So if they're able to provide that, they go to like, let's say this, sorcerer or whoever the person is in the village. They might just say, oh, I need the arm of an albino. So if they provide that, apparently they get rich. That's what they claim they do. So man, I'm telling you, kids going missing. So there's this lady opened an orphanage where she rescued victims, albino victims, and some of them have like the arm is cut. Like you might see like marks from like a machete someone trying to do something to them, man. But it's sad. Like kids that don't know nothing at all. When they explain their story, man, like, I'm not that when I watched it, I got felt emotion. Like I was like, man, it's just crazy.
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry, but it's like I just felt it. I wish if I had like I was in a situation where I had powers to do something for them, but
it sounds like the air tag thing
would work.
It's actually a great idea.
Hey, go to fucking thing.
Let me put a tag in your backpack so I can know exactly where you at.
Right.
I think us saying AirTag, I guess tech people might be like, oh yeah, we need to create a chip, put a chip in them so they can.
You just gave them another idea.
Yeah,
it's actually happening though.
It is,
Yeah.
but again, they can cut the arm if the chip is on. So
True.
They can do anything. But I don't want a chip in my body.
Why not?
I'm good. I don't want to be opening my door like that. I'm like, no.
I mean, if it makes life easy, then why not? No. And if it's safe.
I think maybe like even facial recognition, you're basically selling this to the company. Like there's a lot, our fingerprint. when was it iPhone or what company?
Yeah, I
It
think
was Apple iPhone.
Yeah, the fingerprint and some LG phones to where you gotta put all that stuff. They're saving it.
Yeah, of course.
They're saving and selling it. You know, so just imagine you did something. It's easy. They can find you. Like
Yeah,
that.
it was a video I was watching the other day, and they were talking about how banks, like, it's this, I can't remember what bank it was, but they're about to start requiring you to do like chips in your arm so that you can like get your money and stuff like that. And I was like, it's crazy because they said they paying people like $2,000 to start it to see if they'll do it, and they'll pay them $2,000
Yeah, I'm
monthly.
telling you, a lot of people usually gonna like sign up for stuff like that, right? And once it become normal, that's it, man. Like you don't follow up with that technology, you're just gonna be behind. You know what they're gonna do? Now, if you don't have chip on your body, your iPhone cannot update. You need to get the chip on your body before you update your iPhone.
Or you ain't gonna be able to get paid from your
Yeah,
job.
it's like you're gonna be
Unless you
forced.
chip.
You're gonna be put in a situation like, man,
Yeah,
let
no.
me just get the chip.
I'm not gonna get
I'll
it.
be my own bank.
I'll be
That's
homeless.
it.
Like,
I'm gonna start saving my own money in my house. No, but I mean, it's crazy because even bank though, you don't even get any interest from it. You put 20,000, I guarantee you, you come back next year, it's still probably like $100. That's it. So why am I gonna? I mean, unless if I don't have a choice, where it's now it's like required. But if I have a choice, I'm gonna take all my money out in the bank. You know, start saving it. That's it. I get paid, take it, cash it out, bring it home.
Man, you gotta make sure you keep all the rats away, man. Once the rats discover where the cash is, you
Nah,
gonna be
man.
pissed, man.
No, that's true. Or you can invest your money as well.
yeah.
You know, make your money if that works. But I think this is a serious topic though, because these are kids that are innocent kids that don't know nothing. You know, and it's like now they're experiencing, you know, things like that without their parent knowing. I mean, of course, their parents are involved in it.
The
Yeah.
parents involved in trafficking their kids.
Some do it for money.
I mean, that R. Kelly thing.
Well,
They was definitely living in the house, and their parents were aware of like what he was doing too.
Really?
Yeah. Some of them were.
Where is he at
They should
now?
lock them up, man. He's in jail.
He
man.
in jail. I'm about to say
Oh.
what? He been in jail for a
I've
minute.
not heard from. Oh, okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kelly.
Yeah.
What happened to the parents? They should lock them up too.
They should.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess they felt like they weren't directly involved in it, so you know.
That's BS.
Because
Man.
he had them pooping and peeing in like cans inside of a room, and he locked them in there. Like it was crazy. Have you watched the documentary on?
Nah, I don't even want to see
It's
it.
on
That guy's
Netflix. It's
weird,
real
man.
crazy. It's real crazy.
Nah, I think the parents should be investigating
Yeah.
it too. Because how you gonna let again? It's only one dude, and then all these female in the house. Come on now.
Because they wanted their children to be famous and successful, so that's what they were focused on. They didn't really care about
What was
everything
going on
else,
there?
right? They just act like they turned their shoulder and just act like it wasn't happening. But yeah.
Nah, if I was one of those kids, man, I'd come out and slap my mother. Excuse me. But yeah, that's crazy though.
Yeah, because even the Aaliyah thing, she was way younger than him, but she was like 16, I think, and he was like in his 30s.
What,
he
they
was
were
in-
dating?
They got, I think, yeah, they was about to get engaged or something, but she
Oh.
was lying saying she was 18, but she was really like 15 or 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
There's a lot.
Transition from sex trafficking to R. Kelly. That's a good one. He's
Oh
a.
my goodness. I mean, he got some good music though.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's good though. But yeah, I'll definitely try to watch it. You know, hopefully. Also,
Yeah.
so I can learn. You know, I guess inform myself on the stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
So, transitioning to R. Kelly pad 2. R. Kelly, yeah, you know, a lot of people usually be like, stop listening to his music and stuff like that. What do you feel like the music?
I like the music.
Yeah, cause what's his
I
name?
still
I
listen
heard
to him.
what's her name? Celine Dion. Is it like a European musician? like she took down all the music with R. Kelly of like
Or where
yeah,
they both of
yeah,
them.
and not just her, like some other musicians also did the same thing. I guess some. I mean, it kind of helps because if he ever like come back from prison, he probably could still,
No,
make
but
money off that
People would
stuff.
forget about it. I feel
but the thing
like
I don't get is when the time they collaborate, he was still the same guy. So why
and a
now?
lot of people were
A lot of
aware of what he was
Right.
doing and
So
still
why
was
now you
working with
want to
him
take
People
down
are
the
because it's
just-
music?
publicized now. So
Hey,
they're
people
like,
are just hypocrites, man. Like people would do things like that when when they know your back is against the wall now, even though they pretty much contributed to all that stuff in some sort of way, right? I mean, we tend to hear like all this, people like in Hollywood come out and say it's very dark in there, like all these things going on. Why don't you just say exactly what's going on?
Right.
Why don't you just say it?
Right. Stop beating around the bush. Don't say it's dark. Like it's yes, explain. We want to hear everything, But yeah, I mean, I'm like if I had like if I was a musician, I'm not taking my shit down. If you don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. Simple.
I'm weak.
I mean, I'm not taking shit down. Like, no. I know what he did. Yes, that's on him. But shit, I want my money. My music need to play. Like, I'm not taking none of that stuff down. That's the thing I don't get, man. Like, I feel like we all do shit, but now all of a sudden, of course, what he did, he's paying for it. But that shouldn't. Why
They
should
don't
that
stop the
affect
fact
other
that
people?
he got bangers.
Right.
It's like, no,
It's just damn music. So is it like, oh, I'm listening to R. Kelly. Damn, what he did to the kid. Like, you used to all of a sudden start thinking, no, I'm just gonna sing the music.
because you could say the same thing about like Michael Jackson. I've heard so many different stories about him, but people ain't gonna stop listening to Michael Jackson. So
I guess.
Yeah, he was something else. He is weird.
Yeah.
they got a kid coming out now saying that he was doing stuff and he's trying to like sue his company or something.
It's too
something.
late, man.
I'm like, he's dead.
That company ain't paying shit.
Yeah, like
Where the hell they gonna get that money from? But yeah, I mean, I think there's a documentary too on is it on Netflix
For
on
who?
Michael Jackson.
I'm not sure.
I think
If
there's
it
a
is, I need to
documentary.
check it out.
No, him I know. I've seen like his documentary and stuff. He was really disturbed, And I have this guy in my building that used. I mean, he was asking me, "Do you think Michael Jackson was a pedophile?" I'm like, "Wait, are you trying to defend him?" I mean, I'm not even like him, I like his music and all of that, but some of the things that he does, like, it's just like really weird. Like, why would you want to like be in the same bedroom with kids, like having like nights over with kids and
Or
stuff
did
like
he
that?
had like an amusement park or something in
Yeah.
his backyard or something? It was weird.
Got a whole giraffe running around.
I mean, the amusement park, like if it's just for like kids to have fun, it makes sense. But
Yeah,
not
his
you having a
kids, not
sleepover
random
with kids,
kids.
man. A
Yeah.
grown ass man.
Yeah.
Having a
That
sleepover
was
with
weird.
kids, like why? And a lot of those also, the parents were like approving all the stuff.
Yeah.
The parents are like, yeah, you can have a sleepover
Because
at
they
Michael
were like,
Jackson's
oh,
house.
that's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I was like, come
My
on.
kid knows Michael Jackson. Yeah, it's weird.
Nah, they all should have been in there, like in the his not his room, but like his the animal park that he got. If their kids are in there, follow your kids, man.
And
Y'all
this guy
having
have
fun.
a whole song saying "Save the world, save the kids." I mean, you're a menace to the kids, right? Yeah, you're a big problem to the kids. Like, man,
Nah, I think having a whole zoo, man, is like the pinnacle of being I'm rich. Like I can do whatever I want to do.
nah, he was super rich, man. That guy, he was at the point where, like, the company that signed it is just Sony.
Mm-hmm.
When he had initially signed with the company, I think his deal was like he was gonna have like almost 50% of what the company owns.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, Sony was like bringing in like so many big artists and stuff, and this guy owns like 50% of it, pretty much like a huge chunk of it. And it gets to a point where like sometimes when people are not happy with it, like they're gonna do what they can do, man,
Right.
take you out of the picture. I mean, that's what I heard. That's how he part. Cause I mean, the way he died too, like with the pain relief injection and all of that, like the doctor mistaken. Like, come on, man. These guys have like some of the top doctors. You know.
Yeah, I was shocked too when I heard him.
I think
That's
everybody
actually how I
was.
got. I've never known who Michael Jackson was until when he died. I was
Wow.
back home. I was like, Michael Jackson had died, man. And I saw like his videos online, like on TV. His music was nice, and he looked young, you know.
He was
But then I
young.
found out at the time he was like 50. I was like, what? This guy is 50 years old. Then I noticed how long time he used to be black too. I was like, okay, this guy is different. This guy is different, man. He used to be black.
Yeah, he's
Now he's
he wear wigs
yeah.
because
They were wigs.
he did because he was doing a like a show and then his hair.
Oh
kinda
yeah, he's
burnt out.
like caught on fire on
Oh
stage.
my
Yeah, so
gosh.
ever since then he started wearing.
That's crazy.
Because he was doing too much, man. He had like the
Jericho-
the
man.
gel in his head.
That's
And,
like
you know, like on stage sometimes when an artist comes out, like you see like the fire, like just
the flame.
flames. Well, like his case, like I think the flame was like behind him up, like he was jumping and stuff, like just doing his stuff. And his hair, his natural hair, caught on
You know, the
fire.
grease, and that's
crazy.
like calling for disaster.
He was so much in the moment, and like people were like watching him like with the fire in his head, but people like thought like he was just like part of the show, right? His head was on fire for like good, like almost like a minute, like without him even knowing,
Yeah.
because he was just like
Crazy.
so into like dancing, and he realized his head was like,
I'm
like
gonna have to look
gone.
that video up. That's crazy.
Yeah, you should like it's on the his documentary. Where did I watch it? I think it's on Netflix also.
Yeah, Netflix. I watched it. I think on the OWN network.
Yeah.
Yeah, they showed it there. Man, but it's these so-called celebrities. There's a lot going on that we don't know. But either way, we just every year or every 2 years, like something about a new celebrity that that did something that we was like, damn.
Did you ever notice Michael Jackson how he was blaming his dad, how his dad was like abusing him and stuff?
Yeah,
But how come nobody ever like try to lock up the dad or something like that?
that's like back in the day. So
I mean, we see that happen all the time.
mean, but I think
R.
he's-
Kelly stuff happened back in the days.
no, but I
He's
think he
behind bars
said
now.
it. I think he said it. His dad has already like passed away. So
What, his dad passed already? I
didn't know
thought he
that.
was still
I thought
alive.
he was alive.
his dad is alive.
He
I
might
mean, at
be
the
dead.
time, he
No.
was. I mean, when he was having all these accusations that that was a lie, their story was like he didn't have like a normal childhood, just like he became popular at a very young age, which is understanding, right? So, I mean, in the documentary, like while they were going on shows, him and his older brothers, like he had to be in the bedroom, like sleeping with his brothers, and they would like bring in like girls in, like do their thing and stuff like that. So like he was just there, like at a very young age, experiencing all that stuff. And when he goes home, the dad would like whoop his ass for like the tiniest stuff. So that's pretty much like his part of his story, like why like he tends to like want to be around kids because like he never had that childhood and stuff like that. But at the same time, I was like, man, nah, man. Like,
I don't. I feel
relax.
like regardless of what happened to you, it's not like it's not
Okay,
really a
sleeping with
justification for
kids.
you to do that to someone else.
Yeah, like
You can deal with it in a different way, like
Some people do have mental issues like that though.
or get a therapist or something, but that don't mean
Yeah.
you have to do it to someone else. Like
Have you seen what's this thing? This what are they called, man? The serial killers, man.
is it Dateline or date?
Not any one of them. Like the way those people brain works, it's not like no normal person brain works like that. Like they would have done like the most like like kill like I was watching this other one, right. One the boy got me watching this stuff like for like a whole weekend, man. And this guy like would just go like in like around his neighborhood and just kidnap people and like strangle them to death. Or sometimes they just like go like in the like downtown, like get like one of these hookers or something like that, bring them to his house, strangle them to death, right?
the hell?
When they caught him, they locked him up, and this guy has like kids and all that. When they were interviewing the guy, right, like why did you like kill this specific person? The guy was like because I just feel like I was bored, stuff like that. Sometimes the answers, like when you listen to the answers, like man, like what like normal person would like really say stuff like this, and he started like actually like when he was young, I think the mom used to like give him like oral sex, something like that. So that like messed his brain up completely because the mom would like try to have sex with him, and like when he go to school, like his teachers like sometimes like he would like try to hide like underneath like the desk and stuff, like just don't want to go home at all because he's scared to go home to his mom. You know, like crazy things happen. You know,
Yeah, that's some weird shit. Right? Yeah, they need to blame the mother for that shit. But yeah, even similar stuff happened not too long ago down in Florida. This guy, he kept, people kept missing and all that stuff, but he was capturing them, of course, killing them. He had like a container. Yeah, they caught him not too long ago in Florida. Yeah, it took I think, is it the FBI like a while to like, they were investigating, like gathering information, but finally they got him. Yeah, this old white dude, man, capturing people, locking them up in his house.
That's crazy.
There's a popular one that they made a show for also on Netflix.
I think
a couple months ago.
I heard about.
You told Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer,
Yeah. I didn't watch it.
No,
it was a little too disturbing.
Yeah, I didn't watch
it.
No, but looking at his picture, man, the glasses, yeah, definitely that person's crazy.
Yeah, some of them like really, really disturbing head, man. It's like, man.
Oh, you know what show I didn't watch? The Tiger King. I didn't watch on Netflix.
What's that?
This is about these people that own a zoo, and then the lady killed the husband. I think is the whole that's like the whole premise kind of thing. But it happens. It happened. I mean, it's a true story, but I didn't watch it. People were talking about it. Didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But I think it's on Netflix. Yeah, Tiger King.
Like everything on Netflix nowadays.
Yeah.
That's where you find a lot of movies anyway. Not good show, but movies you could definitely see them on there.
Yeah, hey man, this has been pretty great. Now, I've definitely got some movies I need to catch up with.
Yeah,
because I'm behind on that. But yeah, thanks so much for coming on, man.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, appreciate it, and we look forward to you coming up with your own podcast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, stay tuned for that.
Yeah,
I definitely will have you guys on there because it was cool.
Yeah, let us know, and you're always welcome to come back on to let us know whatever works best for you. Then we can definitely set something up.
All right, bet.
All right.
We're gonna catch you guys on the next one.